Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a DIY project that I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to show you the end results. It's a Reborn posing pod. So the one that I purchased is on the left, and this is a purchasing pod that I bought from uh, AliExpress, I think it was. And this is the one that I just made yesterday. So if you're interested in knowing more about how I made it, then stay tuned and I'll give you all the details and information. So the story goes back where I bought this pod quite a while ago. You can buy them on eBay and that sort of thing, and they're quite expensive. I think they're around like $100, maybe even a little bit more. And effectively, all they are is you can see through there a little bit. There's just a red plastic bucket that's been cut into this shape, the plastic. It's had some foam placed around the edge of it, and it's got like foam all around the outside of it here. It's got a little bit of some sort of rubbery thing at the bottom, and which I can see kids' prints on it. And then inside of it looks like this. And then it's got this little foam round seat that's just fabric glued onto some sponge. So I got this luckily for $20, which is very cheap. But Brett really likes these. My friend, Reborn friend Brett, he really loves these for posing like that. He really loves how you can just put the baby in there and it can hold them up, because he normally uses blankets to display them. But this is like a one-stop shop where you can just put the baby in there and it just like looks after it, holds the baby in a nice cute pose. So he contacted me the other day and said, hey, that posing pod, I would really like to make one for my babies. And I said, oh, heck yeah, that would be easy to make. Just need a bucket, some material, some sponge, and some hot glue, and Bob's your uncle. So we made a plan to do it yesterday. So we went shopping to buy the materials, and buying sponge is not as easy as you think, because we went on a Sunday and a lot of the places that sold foam was shut. But anyways, we, thought outside of the box, and we didn't end up getting sponge, or I didn't end up using sponge at all. There's no sponge used in this one here at all. So I'll show you what I did actually use. And my Levi girl is sitting in there at the moment. And what I've decided to do was I kept some of the fabric, and I've just given her a little matching lovey here. And she looks so adorable. So I'll just show you what it looks like, my finished product. I'll just try and zoom around a little bit so you see the back. So it's just moving around. So that's what it looks like, okay? So it didn't take me long at all to do it. So what materials I ended up using is there's no stuffing on the inside. Like in here, there's no stuffing. This is just inside of there. It's just the plastic bucket. So there's none inside of mine, but it is all around the outside like this one is. And there's actually nothing in the seat like this. I don't have a sponge, because we found that the bucket that we could buy, the plastic bucket, was smaller, as you can see. So we found that when we added the seat and put the baby in there, the baby was too high. The Reborn was too high. And it just didn't quite, sit as snugly inside of it as what this one did, because this one's bigger, the bucket. And so what we did was I decided just to take the sponge out and the base out and leave her sitting like that, which is still fine because it's still like this, covered in fabric and all fine, even though that's plastic, bottom of the plastic, but that's not going to hurt her. So not harm her vinyl or anything. So what I decided to do in the end was I ended up getting, we went to Bunnings, and I purchased some wadding, like this is for an ironing board. It came in like about a meter length, maybe a little bit more, and it was $10, which would do 2 of these. So very affordable. Buckets are 97 cents. This was only $10, which would make easily two. So it's only $5 per posing pod. So we're only up to $6 per cost of materials to make one at the moment. And yeah, it's just that's the wadding sort of there. It's quite thick, and so I just lay the wadding all around the edges, and we had some spray glue, and I just tucked it over like that all the way around because it was in like a 1 meter sheet. And then I spray glued the bucket, the outside of the bucket, and laid the spray glue, laid the fabric all the way around it. And then here I just snipped it here, and then just folded it over and glued it all the way around. And then oh yeah, that's right, I cut this piece out here so I could slice it all the way down and then just fold it all over like you would do like wrapping a book with vinyl. And then once that was done, I got the fabric, which I ended up getting a blanket for $10 from Kmart. It's like a teddy bear type blanket. I'll just show you. This is the material here. And it's like a teddy bear blanket. It's like a teddy bear sort of fabric-y type blanket. It's got a bit of spray glue on it at the moment. And a bit of fluff on it. So I'll just pull that off so you can see better. So yes, I just cut that with some sharp scissors. And so what I did was I just got the blanket and I just draped it over the top of this, pushed it down in the middle, started cutting around it, and then I just spray glued it on top of the this felting material here. And it was so quick and easy. It wasn't difficult at all. I could have, like, if I was, feeling that way, I could have churned out easily 3 of these in just a short amount of time. But I didn't really want to make lots of them because I already have this one, and I've got this one now. And I didn't want lots of them. So basically just showing you that's just so easy to make just with this felting, like wadding. It goes under an ironing board to from you got the metal on the ironing board, you've got this, and you got your cover just to protect and give a bit of bounciness when you're ironing. So it was just so cheap at Bunnings. And then, like I said, this was just $10, and I only used probably only just over a third of that. So basically, to make this posing pod, not sure how much the spray glue was because Brett already had that, but I would estimate the cost of materials to make this would have been about around $10. Like, that's really, really cheap considering they're like about $100 to buy. And if you're lucky to find these for $20, you're very, very lucky. And the other bad thing about this was I went on the feedback of all the seller that sold these to me, and apparently tons of people had this when they bought this. It arrived, and the plastic bucket inside had broken. So they were a lot of people were unhappy that they bought this plastic bucket and it was broken. It had cracked, obviously, the plastic in transit. So it's not a really good thing to be buying online and get delivering, because the chances of it arriving unbroken is pretty slim, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's how my DIY that I did yesterday with Brett, and we had lots of fun. It was really, really cool. He made one the same as this one. He ended up using the same fabric as mine, and his looks awesome. And he's already got it in his display cabinet with one of his beautiful babies in there. So he's wrapped, and he's obviously got more materials to make more now. So when he has some time, he'll be able to make more so he can display his babies really nicely in there. So I wanted to share this little DIY with you so that if you really like these little posing pods, that you didn't have to spend the money or risk being damaged in the mail, that you could just on a nice sunny, on a nice, not sunny, and a nice lazy Sunday, get some like cheap materials like I have. When you're feeling a bit inspired, take your time, and you yourself can have your own little posing pod. So make sure you let me know if you have either made a posing pod in the past or this has inspired you to make one of your own. I would really, really love to know if you're inspired to make one of your own. I know that if I wanted to make any more, I wouldn't hesitate. I know that they're pretty simple and easy to make, and I just think they just look really amazing. So yeah, that was it for my video today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it and hearing all the steps that I did to create this posing pod. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these gorgeous, amazing reborns that I have. This particular baby was reborn by Sheena by Tumbly Bubs here in Australia, and I absolutely adored her. I love her coloring. She's got that real nice pink coloring that not many of my babies have. So she is very, very special to me, as you can imagine. And she's definitely one of my forever babies. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoying your lovely weekend, or you have had a lovely weekend and you're back to work today because today's Monday here in Australia. So anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, it's bye from me and this gorgeous girl, Levi, my Levi girl. So thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.